Good morning. Today marks my 4-year anniversary for freedom, for what it truly means and how it can affect your life. 4 years ago, I was in a really dark place. I was searching for whatever I could find to fulfill this space that I knew needed filled. I was empty, and I had the opportunity to meet my guardian angel in the true, raw, physical, human aspect that you never think they are. People say, "Oh, you have a guardian angel. They're above you. They're guiding you. They're watching you." Well, 4 years ago, night before this day, I was in the bathroom on the floor in a fetal position, begging for a sign, talking to my dad who had passed away many years ago. And I remember just saying, Dad, a sign. You know how stubborn I am. You know how hard-headed I am. I said, I need guidance. I said, you're going to have to do it in the biggest way possible because I'm stubborn. You hit me over the head with an anvil. And so my friend and I were headed to Mount Dora to the art festival. And this is a girlfriend who we'd met later in our, late teen years, and found out we had a lot of similarities in our life growing up through childhood. Even though we met here in Florida, we actually both came from Texas and had a lot of the similar adversities in life. So we were at Mount Dora and we decided to pop into a restaurant, get something to drink, eat, whatever. And we went up to the bar and we were sitting corner to corner, and she looked at me and she says, "I don't like this seat, scoot over." So I did, and we're sitting there talking, and of course we're, going over my issues, my problems, and this lady came in and sat down in the seat that my girlfriend was originally sitting in. And my girlfriend said, "Now look at that lady. Look at her. She's here. She's doing her thing. She's living life." And of course, my girlfriend had to ask, "Hey, how are you?" And we got to talking to her, and she was from Texas, born in the same hospital that me and my girlfriend were. And she worked for the school district. And my girlfriend's elbowing me saying, see, listen. And so in the conversation, it kind of went, and her name was Janice. And she grabbed my hand and she looked me straight in the eye, and she had these eyes that were topaz. They were piercing. And she said, "I'm going to tell you something. There's only one thing that no one can ever take away from you, and that's your freedom." And she was right. You think about it. So she got up and she gave me a hug, and Kathy and I went to the ladies' room and came back out, and she was gone. So we ran to the door, and because we wanted to say goodbye to her, because our conversation was quite lengthy, and the things she said and the similarities was just mind-blowing, that here we were, and she came in, and we were all born in the same hospital from the same state. She worked at the school district. I worked for the school district. She just the similarities were crazy. And we went to the door, and there was no one on the street. We looked up and down both sides, and she was completely gone. I mean, just like disappeared into thin air. And My girlfriend looks at me and she goes, okay, so if you didn't get that sign, you're an idiot. And I got it loud and clear. And during our conversation, the funny thing was, and it just hit me today when I was thinking about it, that she didn't have a cell phone. She asked for our number and our name, and she pulled out this notebook piece of paper and hand wrote our names and our phone numbers on it. And it just kind of, it made me think today. I was just kind of thinking of that and thinking, it was almost like a checklist. Like, okay, that person's done, took care of her. But afterwards, she was gone. There was no sign of her. And it was awing. It was a revelation in my life that everything happens. Everything is relative. Everything has a purpose, a place, and a being. And at that point, I knew that from that day forward, from this day, 4 years ago, my freedom would always be mine. And I was never going to allow anybody to take that from me. The last 4 years have been just as rocky, but I face it differently. I don't face it with, oh, woe is me, what am I going to do? How am I going to face this? I face it with, I can, I will, I am. I am a free thinker. I am a free spirit. And whether you believe in miracles or guardian angels or higher energy or higher power or whatever, that day was a true miracle. It was my guardian angel coming in a physical form to reassure me that, hey, you got this, I'm here. You said you wanted a big sign, well, guess what? I put it on for you. And my life changed. It changed drastically in the last 4 years. I never take anything for granted. I always try to find good in each and every person that I meet. Every person that I meet has a story to tell. And every person that I come across, you come across, anybody comes across, our purpose is either to give or receive. Everyone you meet it's a lesson. It's either you're going to give something or you're going to get something from somebody. All about life. And we're all related. Relatively speaking, we're all connected. We're all on the same path to get to where we need to be, just at a different map, maybe. Maybe we're on different roads, but eventually we all come together. And so today, you know, very few people know this story. Very few people know how affected I was by Janice in Mount Dora, who was my angel. She came, and she literally disappeared. And every year, I think of that. Every day, I think of her. Every day, I wake up and I think, yep, I got another one. My feet hit the ground. Let's do this. We can do this. I can do this. I can get through this. I tell my kids every day, find good, work hard, be kind, be the reflection that you want people to see. And it just so happens today is my dad's birthday, but I don't celebrate his birthday. He's passed many years ago. But the fact that his birthday falls on my 4-year anniversary of my freedom is another irony relative to who I am. So if you ever question or doubt that little belly fire, God wink of, what was that about? There's a reason. There's a reason for every person that crosses your path. It's either to give or to receive. Happy Sunday.